Hey, happy January 25th. I apologize for the image you're seeing on your screen right now. I'm afraid I have a face made for radio. Perhaps if King Solomon were to write a proverb for me, he might tell me, "Take better care of thyself in thy youth, young man, so that thou wilt look much better when thou art old of age." Of course, that's the King James Version. Today we're studying Proverbs chapter 25. I'm going to limit my devotion to just the first three chapters of Proverbs 25, primarily because I kind of found these verses interesting. In these verses, to me, King Solomon seems to be comparing his wisdom to God's wisdom. And then, in fact, he's also even maybe telling us that he doesn't even understand his own wisdom. So let's read Proverbs chapter 25, verses 1 through 3. The Bible says these are more proverbs of Solomon, copied by the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah. Verse 2 says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings. As the heavens are high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings are in fact unsearchable." A friend of mine once preached that sometimes we get stuck in earththink, and we forget to look at what is eternal. My friend went on to say that earthly living is like we think of things like get out of your comfort zone, and we say things like be who God created you to be. As a coach, those words kind of seem like a locker room pep talk at times, something I might tell the kids and say, earth think or comfort zone and be who you were created to be, and then the concept of eternity. Sometimes these concepts can seem to be in conflict with each other, and in fact, sometimes they are. Earth think. We get caught in earth think. Comfort zone. What is your comfort zone? And eternity. The concepts of earththink and eternity. Our preacher, Trey Reed, and my son Sam are both math nerds, so let's make this into an equation so that maybe the math people can understand it. The equation is where x divided by 100% equals y. And for x equals eternity, and y equals the percentage of life. So when you divide eternity by 100%, you get a very low percentage of our time spent here on earth. And then eternal life, when you put it in this concept, seems to start to become a lot more important. But why is it important? Well, some of you probably understand that sometimes life can be confusing. There are good times, and we enjoy them. And then there are those other times, those times when maybe someday there might come a time in your life when life just places your back against the wall, and you begin to realize there is no one else in this world that can help you. Now, King Solomon and even Joe, we often practice earththink. We like to be in our comfort zone. We strive to be who we were created to be. And when life puts your back against the wall, King Solomon and maybe even Joe, we're the kind of guys who fight back when our backs are against the wall. And we start to pretend that we are in control. But our God represents eternity. This earth is a beautiful place. But when God made the world, he made majestic mountains. And mountains truly are beautiful, and I enjoy looking at them. But God made the mountains so they would only reach so high. And God made wonderful seas, beautiful seas, and the seas are wonderful, but he told the seas, you can only go this far. But the heavens, When God made the heavens, he placed the stars in the heavens, and they go on and on and on into eternity. Earthink. Earthink or heavenly hope. There's a decision to be made. King Solomon and even Coach Joe are men with abilities. Sometimes we fight to get out of our comfort zone, and we try to be all that we can be. And when our backs are against the wall, we fight back and we strive to climb those mountains. And you get to the top of that mountain and you find out that it only goes so high. And we might try to swim those seas and swim as far as we can, and we finally find out that the seas can only go so far. But when we look to the heavens begin to reveal to us eternity. Let's read Proverbs 25, 1 through 3 again. These are more Proverbs of Solomon, copied by the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings. As the heavens are high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings are unsearchable. Some food for thought. On a lighter note as we close, I love coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. I'm full of caffeine right now. And in my coffee, I put honey. And I've become to really like honey in my coffee. And I have a lot of honey. I use a lot of honey. And Solomon put a verse in chapter 25, verse 16, words that I might have heard my grandmothers tell me back when I was young. And read this verse and see if you can't hear your grandmother saying this to you. Now, Joe, if you find honey, eat just enough, because too much of it and you'll vomit. See you next time. Thanks.